guys, we just landed in London. We're here to hike the Scottish National Trail.
Yes, but before we do so, we're actually going to spend about a week traveling around the UK and just getting into goofy adventures, posting videos mostly for our students. So if you're only here for the Scottish National Trail, skip ahead to the next video. However, if you want to see what we get into, stick around. Okay, so here of all of like 5 minutes, I'm walking down this path and I get a bird poop just dropped right on my head and on my shoulder. Tony's looking for the Muffin Man. This line is very long to get into the British Museum. Alright, this is the line to get to see the Rosetta Stone. Okay, so here is the Golden Hind. This is the first ship to circumnavigate the globe by Sir Francis Drake. It's a really cool bit of history. Alright, that's where you would go if you were very, very bad and needed to get killed or imprisoned. And there's like a fox right here by the Tower of London. That's so crazy. Fun fact, we just looked it up and there are about 10,000 foxes that reside in the city. More lines for museums. I did not know this, but the first Briton in space was a woman, 1991. Awesome. So we're about to face some challenges. We've got an email saying there are significant delays on our train system to get to Heathrow, where we're supposed to rent a car. But we also realized that Tony forgot to bring his driver's license, but we put the reservation in his name. So stay tuned for whether or not they let us have the car and also let him drive, because he has a picture of his license. He doesn't have the actual physical thing. I really don't want to be the only one driving on the wrong side of the road.
Videotape.
Yeah, what are you about to do?
About to drive on the left side of the road, on the right side of the car.
They accepted. This feels weird. I am sitting in the driver's side, but there's no steering wheel on. Oh, this is going one way. We've already messed up. All right, actual traffic now. We're doing it. I'm so glad it doesn't have to be me. Yeah. Look at this, I am finally at Hampton Court Palace, a very expensive place to visit. All right. This is the home of King Henry VIII. I've always wanted to come, so I'm really excited to be here.
Now, this here explains Master Ptolemy's theory of what is happening in our night skies.
Yes, but this is old knowledge. Everyone presently knows.
Yes, I know that. I was going to say that. Please give me time. No, not too fast. Okay? Yeah. And then the earth and the moon keep going around. No, go the other way. Yeah, keep going around that side. Very good. Good. Amazing job. Keep going.
These are King Henry VIII's tennis courts, and there's like people playing in there. Mom, maybe you should look into this experience for yourself. Shall we take the waters?
You have to prepare me when you're going to say stuff like that.
There's a nice view of the bridge. It has shops all on the inside of it. Such a peaceful time here. 6:30 in the morning, no people.
Everybody loves a good flying buttress.
So, we have learned that Bath had a resurgence during the Georgian era, and a lot of these architectures like this, the Royal Crescent, are from that Georgian period where everyone came to take the waters. Prepare yourselves for the sham castle. It's only a model. We are about to have a very delightful and fancy brunch at the Pump Room, which is attached to the Roman Baths. Well, now that we visited the Roman Baths and the Abbey, we are going to go visit some museums dedicated to the famous people from here, like English teacher Jane Austen and Mary Shelley, and science teacher.
William Herschel.
And who was William Herschel?
He's a famous astronomer. He discovered Uranus. I don't know why it's funny.
What should I write?
I don't know.
It's my new favorite British expression. It means hello.
So we're at Mary Shelley Museum, and room is called the Laboratory. And I guess what they did was they asked some VFX artists to try to create a rendering, like a 3D rendering of the Frankenstein's creature based on the only description that appears in the novels.
So we're supposed to go in here if we dare. I don't know if we just open the door. Ooh. What's gonna happen? Someone's in there. I'm a little bit nervous. I think that's a clown waiting to get me right there. I'm gonna record on that. This is a very fascinating man who started out as a musician and then just took up astronomy as a hobby and made the most notable 18th century discovery, which was Uranus. And his sister, Caroline, was also a musician and was the first female British astronomer. Here is where William Herschel and his sister would have experimented in making their own telescopes. Returning to the land from where my ancestors come from. I am a wee Welsh woman. I'm probably being very offensive right now. As long as we're stuck in traffic, let's do a quick lesson on the Welsh language. So, the Welsh language is Celtic in origin, and so it predates the Romans who came here around the turn of the century. Or around, not the turn of the century, well, year zero. And so their language is a holdover from that time. And current Wales is part of the UK, but they have two official languages, Welsh and English. And so on all of their signs, they have both words. As you can see, we're on the highway and we are about to cross, and you can see that they have Cardiff and the Welsh name for Cardiff. So we're getting our first views of Cardiff here along this St. Bride's seawall. We're gonna go explore that area in just a little bit. So we have shown up in Cardiff on Pride Day, which is such a fun juxtaposition with this castle. All right, so we don't get to visit the castle because it's close, because that's where the big Pride Weekend event is happening. Actually, they have Venga Boys performing tonight, which is crazy to me. I don't know why. But anyway, a parade is about to pass by, so we're hoping we get to see it. I did not know coal could be so shiny. All right, City Museum. This is my first clotted cream on a scone, and also Tony's. He thinks maybe. Let's see what we think of it. Oh, it's squishy. Mm-hmm. Is it delicious?
Yeah, it's very good.
Well, my impressions are very sweet. It's very sweet and so sticky. Probably will not have another one. There it is, it's right there. Woo. Oh, that was exciting. I think this poop walking is just a preview. Kind of reminding me of the Camino. It smells really good too. I tell you what I was not prepared for. Since we are West Coasters, it is humid. It is not even hot out and I am just drenched. So yay. Excuse me, sir. Is this the way to the Dragon's Back? Oh, thank you. Shall we proceed? All right, so we're walking down this really long pier and we're walking over this water that goes between like the mainland Wales and then this giant island called Ainslie Island that's just off the northwest tip. Feeling quite posh tonight. We have a very nice room and it did not cost that much in this really cool place up in Bangor. Why are you smiling?
Because I'm about to have Sunday roast with Yorkshire pudding and roasty potatoes. I'm very excited about it.
Because you grew up eating it.
Because, yes, I grew up because my stepfather, Nick, is British and he used to make this for us and it was very delicious.
I have really seriously been very excited to come to Wales for a long time just because I know that my grandma traced our lineage all the way back to the late 1600s to Edward Morgan, who came to Pennsylvania as one of the Quakers who were escaping religious persecution. And he came from northwest Wales, which was really exciting for me to get to come up here to Snowdonia. And he actually would have left from Liverpool, which is where we are heading. Where are we heading?
Liverpool. Kingsway Tunnel into Liverpool.
Ooh, we are going under the water. I miscounted at a roundabout and now we're going back through the tunnel and we are really getting behind on my schedule. Oh my God. All right, let's try this again. Oh my God. It's different when you're listening to it. All right, so one thing we've learned about Liverpool is that this is the home of where most of the ships in the transatlantic slave trade would have come through. So most of the slaves would have been on some of these ships, and this was a repair yard for those slave ships. You can really see it from all over the city. It's much taller than you can tell right now.
All right, so we did a tower tour. We're at the top of the largest cathedral in all of Britain.
All right, 5 days in the car. What tips do you have?
Make sure that your car has in-car British navigation. Google Maps isn't going to cut it. Don't be too scared. It was a little nerve-wracking the first few days, but after like 4 or 5 days, everything feels normal to me.
All right, and what is the funniest part of driving on that side, or driving in Britain?
Well, I don't know if it's funny, but it's weird. Like, their speed limit signs are weird. So there is this speed limit sign that doesn't have any numbers on it. It's just a black slash on a white background, and it's like a secret speed limit. You're just supposed to know